Hi, this is Marty Andrews. This is phase 2 of the Evasive Facial for my staff at the Penthouse Hair Salon in Great Falls, Montana. And today we're just going to show you the basic movements of the facial massage for relaxation. I have my model here, which is one of our staff members, Leslie, and I'm leaving her makeup on. We're not going to actually do the facial. I'm going to just show you the manipulations of the massage. So when we get to the massage, I like to do a little biofeedback, and I talk them through a little relaxation process to go with it as well, but today we'll concentrate on the manipulations of the massage. So I like to start out with my hands just below the neck on the chest, kind of a shape of a heart. And we will take and we'll put oil on the skin. Of course we use Aveda oil. I'm using the beautifying formula today. Take the oil, put it across their chest, down their arms, back of the arms, the shoulders. A little bit more oil. Behind the shoulders and the neck. And then we begin again with the hands on the chest, and we have the client take 3 deep breaths, slowly in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I always do that with them. It helps to put me in the right frame of mind for the massage. Anyway, we take our hands and we slide them all the way down to the crack of the elbow, and we do 3 pumping motions. I use my thumbs on the elbow crease, and then I come up through the back of the arms, using very light pressure to begin with, behind the shoulders. Take my fingers and come all the way up the spine, all the way up the neck, all the way up to the occipital bone. Hold pressure there for the count of 3. And we're going to do 3 of those. I'm going to come back down along the neck, down across the shoulders, all the way down to the elbows. 3 pumping motions. Come on back up, behind the shoulders, and up to my fingers behind the neck. I'm using actually my index and middle finger and putting a fair amount of pressure up the spine, going all the way up to the occipital bone. It just feels very good, very relaxing. Back down. I try to do 3 of each of these movements that I'm going to be doing. Back up. And then I'm going to release one hand off of the body, keep one hand on. I'm going to go down the neck, over the shoulder. Same motion, all the way down the arm. I'm using my thumb, going a little bit deeper into the tissue, into the muscle, down to the crook of the arm. I'm not going to do the pumping motion. I'm going to come up this time on the outside part of the arm, using my fingers, pushing, increasing into the skin, coming all the way up to the shoulder. And then when I get to the shoulder, I'm going to open my hand, pull it behind the shoulder, through the back, wrap my hand around the neck, go all the way up the neck, and do a nice firm pinching motion to the neck, slowly releasing your hand. Go down again. So again, we're going to open our hand. We're going to go all the way down the neck using a fair amount of firm pressure. Over to the shoulder. All the way down to the arm, to the crook of the elbow. And this time I'm going to turn my hand and go underneath of the arm. Come all the way back up, putting pressure into the arm. To the shoulder, flat of the hand across the back, up the neck. Pinching motion, nice, slow, easy release. One more time. Now if I have more time, I will do more movements, but it's recommended that you at least do 3 of each movement. And each time I come back up, I'm going to go up to the side of the arm, this time up to the shoulder, and next time I do the back of the arm. So I'm constantly moving, changing, rubbing that muscle, relaxing the client. Pinching motion. Then we change hands, do the same thing on the other side, flat of the neck, the shoulders, down the arm, up the back of the arm, shoulders, all the way up, pinching the neck. Same movement if you can't see it, just the opposite side. We're going to do 3 of those. Each time I do it, I either come up the back of the arm or the side of the arm. One more time. You know, your main purpose is to relax the client. So if you have more time, could spend a little bit more time on the massage, do it. I try to devote at least 20 minutes of my facial time to the massage, and while I'm doing the massage, I will have their facial mask on and the steamer as well. Then I'm going to put my hands on top of the shoulders. I'm going to use my thumbs, and I'm going to actually take and I'm going to press into the shoulder all the way across. And fairly firm motion. I'm doing both sides at the same time. But it's right on that muscle, right on the top of the shoulder area. And then I move back in, go out 3 times. And then after I go out 3 times, I come in with one hand at a time. Both come back into the neck. I use my thumbs about the base of the neck, and I slowly put pressure into the muscle across the tops of the shoulder. And I put a little bit of pressure, firm pressure, and I slowly slide my thumbs all the way across, slowly to the shoulders. Now this is going to vary from client to client. Some clients don't like a lot of pressure, so then be light-handed. You have to ask the client. And some clients like a lot of pressure, so you can go really deep into the tissue. A lot of times you'll find muscle knots in there. You'll feel that as you're going across, all of a sudden your finger slides over it and it kind of pops a little bit. Well, that's actually a muscle knot. And if you take your time, you massage it, sometimes you could actually work those out for the client. But the main thing is that we're relaxing them. So we do this 3 times. And then I'll take my hands and I turn them around and I slide my fingers down below the shoulder on each side, and I have my thumbs up on top, and then I do a slight, firm, tender pinching motion as I slide my hands up off of the shoulder. And then I move over, and I'll do this 3 times, but I'm moving over each time. Same thing, a nice firm pinching motion coming up off the shoulders. So I've gone across 3 times, but then I'm going to go back, and I'm moving one hand at a time. Really, when you're doing a massage, you should try to never let one hand completely leave the body. You can let, out of the 2, you can let one release from the body, but you shouldn't remove both of them at one time is what I'm trying to say. So we're going to do 3 of those pinching movements again, moving over each time till we get to the outer shoulder. Do that 3 times. And some of this I've actually incorporated in from my own personal knowledge and my own experiences. And then after you do that the 3 times, you're going to take your hand, you're going to slide it over that shoulder, across the chest, all the way across the décolleté, all the way to the other shoulder. You're going to go around that shoulder, round through the back, up the neck, and then you're going to use your hand and pull it across the face below the jawline. All the way over to the ear, and then you're going to release. And then we're going to do the other side. You start behind the neck, all the way down to the shoulders, behind it, across the décolleté, around the other shoulder, all the way around the back, top of the shoulders to the neck, up the neck to the jawline, go all the way across the jawline, all the way to the other ear. And we do that 3 times, all the way across. And then once I get all the way to the other ear, then I'm going to take my other hand, I'm going to open it, I'm going to start from the décolleté, and I'm going to come all the way up the side of the neck, all the way up to the jawline. Make sure you release completely off of the jawline. Take the other hand, same thing, open it, all the way on the other side. You're going to do this at least 3 times. And right through the middle of the neck. release. Then I'm going to take my fingers, my middle finger, index finger, and I'm going to do I call it a scissor or a V, and you do like a pinching motion across the chin. Three times, and then I take my index finger and I go up over the lip, all the way around the lips, 3 times. Everybody always asks about pressure. Again, it's going to depend on each client, how they feel. Then when I go around 3 times, I'm going to take my index finger, middle finger, put it at the chin, take my other hands, and I'm going to do a slight motion with a little bit of pressure going up the jawline. I'm going to go 3 times. You see how one finger is leaving and the other fingers are touching the skin? Go to the other side, do the same thing. 3 times. And then I come back to this side, but I go to the corner of the lip, up under the cheek, and I do 3 times all the way around the cheek to the temple. Times. To the other side. And then I'm going to move to the middle of the nose, right next to the nose, right underneath the eye. And do that again all the way over to the hairline. You know, if smaller features, you can go to 1 finger. If there's not enough room for to use 2 fingers. 1 over, 3 times. Switch sides. I come up to the forehead, and I use 1 or 2 fingers, doesn't matter, and I'm going to do across the forehead, kind of like small C shapes all the way across. I go back. Three times. And then when I get to this side this time, I remove 1 hand and I keep that 1 finger on, and I go all the way around the eye area, up across the nose, on the brow, all the way around the other eye, back to the bridge of the nose. I put both hands there at that time, take my hands and slowly go all the way around the facial features, cross over at the chin, jawline, wrap my hands, pull all the way up to the forehead. I get to the forehead, I put pressure on it, hold it for a count of 10, release, then I go back around 1 more time, this time with my fingers. I go down to the chin, and I come up just between the chin and the lip, and there's your first pressure point. I put pressure on it with both hands for about the count of 10. Then I release. I come up to the edges of the nose, put pressure, count of 10, release. Underneath the cheekbones, the middle of the cheekbones, press, release, all the way up to the outside part of the jawline, or the chin, I mean, chin, cheek area. Then to the middle of the nose, pressure the middle of the nose,